This is episode 2 of the G Squared podcast. I am Jay Gonzalez, and this is
M. Gonzalez.
Hey, there we go. So we're keeping it in the Star Wars universe this episode, and we're talking about your best buddy,
Grogu.
That's right. So Grogu was introduced in
Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian, very good. And he was first known as
The child.
And then Baby Yoda.
And then it was Grogu afterwards.
Right. So first he was the child, then he was Baby Yoda to the culture, because they never named him that in Star Wars, but that's what we all called him.
Yeah, everyone was at school, they were yelling, "That's Baby Yoda!" every time I'd come to school with a Baby Yoda thing. Well, Grogu thing.
Right. So he was Baby Yoda. And then we learned in season 2, when he met with Ahsoka, that his name was Grogu, which is a weird name.
Yeah.
I don't know who voted for that, but I would have voted no.
Yeah, definitely.
It's weird.
Yeah.
And now a lot of things have happened. We have 2 seasons done with Mandalorian and a couple of important episodes in Boba Fett, the book of Boba Fett.
Mm-hmm.
And Grogu's all up in it. So we're talking about Grogu, and I have a lot to say.
Okay.
I think introducing another character, another
Jedi.
relative, no, not Jedi, another relative of Yoda is awesome. He's one of that species, which we don't know what that species is called, but the same species as Yoda. I think that part is really cool. I think they've been doing a lot of weird stuff with Grogu.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, first of all, where was he this whole time? Yes, the link tell us.
They did.
They said he was in hiding.
Training with what's his name? Luke, and then they told us the plan in the episode.
No, way before that. I mean, before we ever met him.
Oh.
Remember they found him in that trap egg thing?
They said that in the episode too.
They said when he spoke to Ahsoka that he was training as a youngling to be a Jedi.
He was with Jedis, also meaning he could have been on one of the Jedi remote planets.
Right, so then we learned he was at the temple when they started killing all the younglings and the Jedis, and, quote, someone helped him escape. Someone protected him. We still don't know who this someone is, and it's been 2 seasons. And
plus episodes in Boba Fett.
Right, and the episodes in Boba Fett. It's weird. Why y'all playing with us?
That's Star Wars. That's been...
No, it's not. It's not. And y'all playing. Tell us what's going on, and tell us about this creature. The next thing is, where he came from. Is he Yoda's kid?
Possibly.
Because we've never seen anybody but Yoda. Are they asexual? Meaning, do they reproduce on their own? Because some species do that. And if so, why is he the only one besides Yoda? I have questions. Mad questions. I want answers. And speaking of answers, is he a Jedi? Is he not a Jedi?
Not
is he Force sensitive? Or is he just the man? I don't know what's going on. Because first he had all these Jedi powers. Well, really not Jedi powers, Force powers. And then we learned, okay, he was training to be a Jedi many, many years ago, and it's over. Okay, great. And then he's rocking out with Mando, and then he's not. Then he's with Luke, he's going to be a Jedi, and then they don't even do it in Mandalorian, they do it in Boba Fett, and say, well, you have to choose. Either you're going to be with Mando, or you're going to be a Jedi.
And now... In my opinion, that was rude, because when Luke was becoming a Jedi, he got attached to Leia, and no one told him to pick. Even though Leia's his sister, we could talk about that later on. But that was rude. You didn't have to pick. Why does he got to pick? Because Obi-Wan also had attachments. No one told him to pick. Anakin had attachments. No one told him to pick. But Anakin did pick. And that was his own choice. He went full dark mode.
Full dark mode.
Or as my generation would say, emo.
That's not accurate. That's not what emo means. But we'll leave that in another time to teach your generation. So, yeah. Obi-Wan didn't have attachments. He let go of his attachments. He was attached to a woman we learned during Clone Wars, but he didn't do it. He let it all go. And even in Clone Wars, when we see them two together, he still upholds everything that a Jedi is supposed to be. So he was on the up and up. Luke is a difficult person to judge because Luke is the person who is the oldest person to ever be trained to be a Jedi. Luke was already a grown up pretty much when he started learning about being a Jedi. That's never happened before. So his path was very, very different and very specific. We can't really compare Luke to any other Jedi because of that. Even when Anakin was introduced, Anakin was like 8 years old, and they said he was too old. They usually get you when you're really, really little.
Like 2 or 3.
I don't know the exact age, but very young, because if they're saying you're too old at 8, that's gangster.
At like the age of 8, and the fact he was out more, like not in the Jedi like temples and stuff. He knows more of the outside world, so that will like affect his training, and I think that's why they said he was too old. Not that he wasn't like old, like it was that he basically was learning things about the outside world, so that could like affect his mindset during trainings or during missions, as we've seen in like Clone Wars. When he would go on outside missions, he would do other things that he was not told to, or even in the movies, he would do the same thing.
Anakin. It's interesting because Anakin and Luke are very specific and very hard to use as case studies because they're not the average Jedis, both because of their midichlorians. All right, you got to rewatch some Star Wars stuff.
Definitely now. I don't know what midichlorian is.
All right, so I have failed you. I have.
Yes, you have. Yes, failed me. You have.
It's in the movies. All right, so midichlorians.
I watched the movies like when I was 8. I don't remember that. I got terrible memory. We both know this.
Midichlorians are. It's basically the force in your cells of your DNA.
Oh, like in the movie where Anakin's first introduced and where they say, "Oh, okay, I remember." Yeah. Where like they say his midichlorian's too high for someone his age, and it's higher than yours.
Exactly.
Okay, you did not fail me.
Thank you. So Anakin's midichlorian count was really high, higher than Yoda's at 8. So we can only assume that as he grew more powerful, his midichlorian count went up. And then he had babies, which means their midichlorian count is probably much higher than the other people as well.
Right.
So all of this is hard to explain and dabble in. But bringing it back to Baby Yoda, the child, Grogu, I just want to know what's going on. Because if he's just force sensitive, in the books and things like that, which you haven't read, they say that different creatures are more sensitive to the force than others, meaning that some creatures, some species, naturally have more force powers than others. And if that's what's going on with Grogu, cool. I don't care about that. But let's just figure out what the hell we're doing here. Because he's a Jedi. He's not. He's with Mando. He's not. Yeah, playing games. This is not Double Dutch. Stop jumping in and out. What we doing?
I don't know. You gotta ask them.
I am. I'm gonna ask them. I'm asking y'all, what are we doing with Grogu? I need answers.
We all need answers.
I mean, y'all love Grogu, so maybe not. I'm just the one confused here.
Well, over like time of Star Wars, there's a bunch of like time gaps and missing pieces. So over time, you kind of just learn to like ignore it. or wait for more stuff to come and then kind of connect pieces.
Right.
Like how in Young Justice I did that, and I kind of connected the pieces.
Yes, they did.
Well, yeah. Later on, we were left like confused about that one thing, why Naboo was there on the picture, and then later on they kind of explained it.
Yeah, but they're taking long with Grogu.
Yeah, well, they also did that with Young Justice. They took like a long.
That's a different company and a different show.
Alright, fair point.
I'm saying that Disney / Star Wars is really milking it. When you milk a situation, it's when you use the situation to your advantage and get as much out of it as possible.
Oh.
So they are milking the Baby Yoda Grogu situation, in my opinion, because they are telling us little bits and pieces so we keep coming back. But enough is enough. If we don't get answers in season 3, I'm going to be mad. Nah, come on, man. Y'all playing. Y'all introduce him, and off the rip, we like, oh, snap. Little Yoda, it's about to go down. And then it don't really go down.
He's not even like Yoda. He's like a much. I mean, if they were gonna do this the way they played it out, I mean, I wish they kind of like trained him more than what they trained him with Luke, so that he had like a higher skill level, and then like things would have changed throughout.
But we don't even know what's his skill level. This is what I'm saying. We don't know Jack Diddley squat. We don't know Jack.
Oh my god.
We don't know how long
Jack
he.
Diddley Squad.
That's some old stuff right there. I gotta let them know.
That's some 19.
It's like 70s
80s.
or 60s. This is before my time. I learned it from older people. We don't know Jack Diddley squat about this guy. I think that's gonna be the name of our episode. Jack Diddley squat.
Yeah. Yeah, Grogu Jack Diddley Squad.
That's it. So we don't know how long he trained as a Jedi in the temple before Order 66. And we don't know what he's fully capable of. We don't even really know his exact age. And with Yoda, we didn't know his exact age, but we knew he was more than 900 years old.
I forgot about that.
He told Luke, when 900 years old you reach, look this good, you will not.
Because he'll be a corpse.
Well, he'd be long gone. His body would be decomposed already.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, it's over for him. Anywho, we don't know jack about this little thing.
We didn't know jack about Yoda for like most of the movies.
What do you mean? We knew he was the best Jedi ever.
Well, I mean,
we know he's the master teacher. We did. We knew he's the master teacher. That tells you a lot.
But that doesn't mean anything.
You don't get to be the principal without having done a lot of good stuff first.
My principal's terrible, so that's not a good comparison.
To be a principal, you have to go through the steps. Assistant teacher, who knows all the steps. To become the person in charge, to become the number one teacher, you have to really put work in. And that's what Yoda was. And he showed us. He's just lifting out ships out of the water, out of the swampy water.
He was like, oh, your ship's down there? Whoop.
Right. He's like, oh, you still crying about this ship? All right, hold on. Let me... All right, you're going to keep crying? It's out the water. Can we train now? You still think you're too weak? Let me show you what my old weak self could do. Hold on. Okay, there, your ship. Now shut up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I wanted Yoda to say that, like, just shh. There.
That's what he did, but he did it with his actions instead of his words. You could tell somebody, shut up, or you could punch them in the mouth. You see? Same result. Very different ways. That's what Yoda did.
That's not a good example.
It's a good example. He did it with the Force. He didn't touch Luke. He's like, oh, you're going to keep complaining? All right, here, man. Here's your stupid ship. Now what you want to do? You going to train? You going to believe? You know what I'm saying?
I kind of wish they did that with Anakin. I'm not going to lie.
Did what with Anakin?
Like Yoda did with Luke.
Anakin got all the best training. Anakin trained with all the OGs.
And like Qui-Gon.
He started with Qui-Gon.
Not for long though,
You're right about that.
like a couple months, and then Qui-Gon go.
Nah, it was less than months. It was like a couple days.
A couple days and go.
Yeah. And then, you know what I'm saying? Darth Maul hit him with that duel. You know what I'm saying?
Hit him with that no neck.
That's it. Didn't he cut him in half?
That was his neck. I think it was his neck.
I don't know. It's been a while.
Yeah. Oh no. They were fighting.
Obi-Wan cut Darth Maul in half.
No.
Yes. That's why in Clone Wars he was only a top half.
Oh, you're right. I
know.
They go.
Yeah. Chop suey. Alright, so back to Grogu. I gave a lot of my opinions on Grogu. What are your thoughts on Grogu?
I think Grogu's cool now, but I also kind of wish that they like you said had like put more of the pieces together. And like you said in season 3, I'm getting rid of all my Grogu stuff if they don't connect the pieces.
That's it. It's garbage.
It's garbage. It's out the door. Oh, you don't want to open the window? Yay.
That's it. All right. Yeah, I just think they're taking long. Like, I get it. It's a slow build. But come on, man. All right, so now he's not going to be a Jedi. So what the hell are you going to do with this thing? Not for real, because you tell me he's not a Jedi, and then he puts a huge monster to sleep right after he says he's not a Jedi.
Oh, no, that was crazy. That thing is like 7 feet tall.
No, way more than that.
Like 13 feet tall.
It was bigger than the buildings.
All right, you're right. It was very tall, and he was like 2 inches, maybe.
Yeah.
He go.
He's not 2 inches. 2 inches is like this big. It's like 2 feet.
2 feet.
Yeah, 2 feet.
Well, on camera, he looked like 2 inches because of the way the camera.
Well, yeah, because that's
so far.
What's it called? Rantar. Rancor.
No, Rancor.
The Rancor was huge.
Like 200 feet tall. No.
Yeah, and you just put it to sleep.
He goes somewhere.
It's like, all right, this is getting too crazy. You're about to kill my guy. I got this. Nap time, baby.
And then he goes to sleep. Slumber.
Then he's like, all right, watch out, let me cuddle because I'm tired too now. Just went to sleep right next to the joint.
He didn't even care.
All right, but what are we going to do? Because listen, if Mando trains him, he could be the baddest bounty hunter in the galaxy.
Oh my god. I mean, I think that could happen, but honestly...
Gave him the little t-shirt armor.
That was cool.
That was super fly.
It was, though. And then Luke was like, pick. Luke, I'm going with the shirt. I don't care what you got to teach me.
He was going to give him Yoda's lightsaber.
I'm stealing a lightsaber, but I'm taking a shirt.
No, you can't get both.
Take the lightsaber and then sneak the shirt. You get both.
You can't sneak the shirt from Luke.
Yes, you can.
No, plus he's got R2-D2 watching things all the time. And
cut
your favorite.
Cut R2-D2 in half.
The spider droids. I know you liked them a lot, so that's fine.
Kill the droids. Kill R2-D2.
Kill R2-D2, that's blasphemy. That goes against everything we believe in.
Well, too bad. R2-D2 gotta go. I'm getting both. And then kill Luke.
Kill Luke? What? Y'all hear this? She said kill Luke.
Okay, but what are we gonna do with Luke? Because he's not even that important.
Luke is very important.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. What are you talking about?
Luke is not important.
Why is Luke not important? Now we gotta argue.
Because the only thing Luke is gonna do is teach the Jedi's with the very little knowledge he knows.
No! First of all, Luke has been getting trained by the ghost version of Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan, and Yoda.
They're dead. They can't teach him
I just
anything.
said the ghost version. Well, what are you talking about?
They can't teach him anything while they're dead.
Yes, they can, and they already did in the other movies.
They did?
Yes. And Anakin is also a Force person now. Force ghost, whatever they call that thing. You know what I'm talking about. He's got all the top dogs right there chilling.
What about bald dude?
And who's Bold Dude?
I don't know his name. Bald guy. He got the purple lightsaber.
Are you talking about Samuel L. Jackson's character?
Yeah.
Mace Windu did not make it to be a Force ghost. Unfortunately, black people cannot be Force ghosts.
And
Hey, you see a black guy be a Force ghost yet?
okay, you're right.
The facts are the
And
facts.
the world just don't like us.
That's a fact too. I hope they heard that on camera. Anyway,
I think I whispered too low.
we'll find out. Anyway, yeah, he's got all the top guys, and then they put him onto all this other Force knowledge. Luke is the greatest ever in the stories because he defeated Sidious, the Emperor. It's because of Luke Skywalker that the galaxy is back to normal, quote unquote.
No, that was Ray and
No. Not that fake stuff. We're not talking about that. I'm talking about
Oh,
episode 6.
Okay, I remember. Okay, I remember. Not the new ones. I remember. Why don't you like those movies?
They're not. That's another day. A long time from now, in a galaxy far, far away.
No.
Yeah.
That's like 3 episodes from now.
We gotta give them more than just Star Wars.
Yeah, the next 2 episodes will be Marvel, and then back again to Star Wars.
We're having DC and Harry Potter and all that other stuff.
They can go out the window.
Oh no. Anyway, Luke helped overthrow the entire empire. Him and his dad killed Lord Sidious, or so we thought. Who knows now with the other fakeness? And yeah, he's done training plenty of times. He trained with Yoda, then he trained with Force Ghost Obi-Wan and Force Ghost Yoda. Then he went and killed Sidious.
Then he trained with
And then he went to train more with all the ghostesses. Ghostesses.
You mean okay?
Multiple ghost.
You're done.
Ghostesses.
You're done. Go that way. Go to sleep. Go to sleep that way.
All right, bye.
This is over. I'm ending this. Goodbye.
No. Don't do that.
The ghosts.
I was being silly.
Not the ghostesses. It's the
being
ghosts.
silly. Yes. So he trained with all the Force ghosts. Back to Grogu. What do you think they're going to do next? Because it ends with him and Mando flying off in the new Superfly ship.
Bounty hunter Grogu. Bounty hunter Grogu. Bounty hunter Grogu.
That's what you want?
Yes. That's what we need. Not what we need. Wait, come here. Ow, why is it not? It's not sitting.
It's a rebel. The Rebel Alliance. Right on my eyebrows. Right there.
It's like a little.
The Rebel Alliance.
Rebel Alliance.
My eyebrows. Princess Leia is in charge of all of my eyebrows. You know what I'm saying?
Mine too.
That's it. The Rebel Alliance.
On our eyebrows.
So you think? I mean, I guess we don't have a choice. If they're gonna stick to it, who knows? They may flip it again. But if they're gonna stick to it, then yeah, Grogu would be
the baddest bounty hunter Jedi in the galaxy.
Well, I was gonna say he would be a Mandalorian.
No, he's not a Mandalorian anymore. Remember? Because they said that because he took off his helmet when he was forced to, and then he actually took it off himself. So he's not a Mandalorian technically anymore.
Well, if Mando redeems himself and becomes a Mandalorian, then Grogu would be a Mandalorian as well.
Oh, that's right. Forgot about that.
Yo, but Grogu with armor, that's gonna be weird.
Tiny Grogu walking.
I'm used to seeing him with his little fake cloth robe thing. This big piece of cloth.
He's so tiny.
Yeah. So that's what you think? You think he's gonna be a bounty hunter?
Yeah.
Him and Mando?
Yeah. The best bounty hunter Jedi duo.
Well, Asajj Ventress was similar. Assange Ventress.
Oh, the white, very white, pale lady who has
the
like,
very
the
white
purple,
pale lady
with
who
the
was
purple
Count
thingies.
Dooku's apprentice.
Oh yes, I remember.
Until Sidious was like, "Yo, but why you got an apprentice though?" He's like, "Nah, she's nothing to me." He's like, "All right, great, kill her." And then that didn't work.
That didn't work. Definitely.
And then she tried to overthrow the Empire with the Witch Sisters, and that didn't work. And then she went and got Darth Maul's brother, and then he went and got Darth Maul, and then there was just a big mess. And she ended up becoming a bounty hunter, but she had 2 Jedi blades.
That was gonna be Yoda, but the good one.
That's they can't hear you.
That's gonna be Grogu, but good.
The good version?
Yeah.
That would be cool. I'm interested in seeing what that looks like. But he don't have a lightsaber.
Can he make one?
But how would he have the knowledge to make one? Because that's a ceremony in Star Wars. When you get your lightsaber, you make your lightsaber. Remember in Clone Wars they showed us that.
I know. I'm saying you can make one.
But how? He don't know the process.
I think Mando does. I think Mando will like go to like some. No, wait. Can I finish?
If you talk that.
Okay, so Mando will probably go to Ahsoka, and Ahsoka will probably teach Grogu like how to make them and like the ceremony and stuff. Because technically, she's still a Jedi. I said technically, and technically is almost.
No, technically it's not almost.
Yes, it is.
Technically is because of this small thing, it is true. There's a lot of vocabulary words in this episode, baby. We breaking it down. This is the definition podcast. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they're going to do with Grogu. I just hope that they figure something out.
Oh, for real.
Because they're really dragging their feet and taking long. And it's cool seeing him do all this stuff, but I want to know what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And I hope they don't do some weird time jump. Because Star Wars does that a lot. Where it's like, oh, all right, it's been 10 years. Wait, what happened?
Probably know some like cool little flashbacks, like with Boba Fett.
I did not like those
I didn't either.
flashbacks.
I didn't like it either, but it kind of got to the point.
It did teach us what we needed to know, but it was still a little weird.
Yeah.
It was a good show, though.
I'm surprised he likes humans.
Boba? He's human.
Well, I know that, but I'm surprised.
He's a clone, but
he's a clone like everyone else. But he's what's his name? What's his dad's name? His dad's name?
Jango Fett.
Jango Fett's son, even though he's a clone.
Because he chose to not speed up his aging. He's not genetically altered like the other ones. He's an exact clone. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. All right, speaking of that's it, we are out of here. We'll see y'all again in 2 weeks. 2 semanas. Ooh. That's Spanish, baby. All right, we out. See y'all later.
Peace.